and there was no tooling as such. They were still quite ahead, I would say.
So, Sankalp, you're the expert from a technology perspective, and I know you've done a lot of research looking at various privacy models, privacy stacks out there. So, what do you think should be, what do you think are the existing technologies out there and approaches to privacy? And what is the ideal scenario?
Yeah. So, well, we've been working on a lot of use cases in FinTech. We were working on it a decade back. I remember the first solution that we built in supply chain finance was in 2017. And there was nothing available at the time. We used to work with the technologies like Hyperledger Fabric and such. And there was no tooling as such. They were still quite ahead, I would say, with the time with the channels and everything. But you had to work with a lot of hybrid encryptions and certain models like these. And from then, there has always been a good focus on it. So TestStar came around as a project in itself. And today we've got a lot of tooling around privacy, which is distributed in various fragmented silos, which is being used for one purpose or the other.
Yeah.
And they go by the, let's say Railgun, Rails is some of these examples. Paladin is another. And we've got ERC20, which is an initiative in Avalanche, which you've seen as well, private explorers and RPC proxies. So there's a lot of these implementations that have come out. I think the way to understand these solutions, because it can be quite a mouthful to explain it in few words, it's better to understand what are the various layers of privacy.
Right.
Only then can you position each of these solutions in these different layers and figure out what is it that your use case requires, because it is really often more sophisticated multiple layer solution that you seek. So starting with, let's say, an application layer, which is about your custom dApps or whatever the explorers, the bridges, all of that comes into it. You've got a network layer of who you're looking to, let's say, sync your data with, who are you broadcasting your data to. So private infrastructure plays a big role. You also got the identity and access layer, which is where ZK-based identities are picking up. Example of that is Trivado, which is one such solution. And that can link it to the layer below, which is asset layer, where you can still have the same common ledger, but you can create confidentiality of what those assets are between the parties which are being transferred, but also the issuer selectively. I think you use the word selective disclosure, which has a major role to play there. And finally, there's an execution layer at the core of it, where you can have multiple party computation, but done so in separate silos while still being secured through the underlying common ledger.
Yeah.
So there are various layers, and these solutions, they fit in each and every layer. There's, and we can go on and on, but this is a bit of it.
Yeah.